Hello, in this video we're going to look at how water is purified both from freshwater sources like lakes and from saltwater sources so that it can become drinking water. And let's see here. There we go. So we're going to look at the process by which it's like, say, lake water or water is treated. And then we'll also look at two ways we can remove salt from water. All right, so this is, if we were to take water from a lake, here is the different parts of the process that it would be involved in treating the water at a municipal water plant. First, the water gets pumped out of the lake and it goes through screens to remove largish items, and then flocculating agents are added, and I'll talk on the next slide about what they do. But then the flocculating agents get mixed with the water, and then we go through a settling tank, and then the flocculating agents remove salt or like particulates that are dissolved in the water, like clay. And then that settles, and then it goes through further purification through charcoal and sand, and then it undergoes a chlorination treatment, and this is to kill microorganisms like bacteria that could cause sickness. You could also use ozone to do this, or ultraviolet UVC light. And then oftentimes sodium fluoride will be added to the water for to help people's teeth. All right, and so flocculating agents help us remove some of the silt and clay out of the water, and that's important because if your bacteria are kind of buried inside a, clay particle, then your chlorination can't get to it to kill it. So it's really important that we remove some of these silt and clay particles. And one flocculating agent that's used is this aluminum hydroxide. And that's generated by adding aluminum sulfate and calcium hydroxide to the water, and that produces the flocculating agent and calcium sulfate. Now, in some parts of the world, they don't have abundant fresh water, and the water is quite salty. So the Dead Sea is a very salty body of water. And so there's two primary processes that are kind of used on a large scale to remove water. One is distillation, and that's a separation process in which a liquid's heated to its boiling point and vapors are condensed and collected. And we saw this in reforming, or separating the components of crude oil, but we could also use it to separate water from salt. Okay, and another process is reverse osmosis, and that pushes salt water through the semi-permeable membrane, and semi-permeable means it only lets the water through without letting the salt through. And here's a couple pictures of those two processes. So the distillation, we've got our salt water. We heat it to the boiling point of water. The water goes up here. The salt stays behind. And then we recondense the water. So we turn it back from its vapor form to its liquid form, or from the gas phase to the liquid phase, using a water-cooled condenser. And then in reverse osmosis, the water comes in and we only let the water through, the salt stays behind, and that makes it a more concentrated saltwater solution. But we are able to get this purified water that we could then drink. Okay. And so that's going to conclude our video on purifying water for drinking. Thanks for watching.